Hello everyone, nasu back at it again. It has been quite a while. Posted a few videos, well, two videos I think, in between this and the last one where I've actually spoken, but yes, I'm back. However, this won't be that entertaining of a video. I just wanted to showcase this pretty cool map I made. So this is Sky Parkour Speeder. Now, this isn't the Sky Parkour I did. Um, I went back to and replayed that I posted it earlier on this channel, but this is a new sky parkour that is actually, I think, really interesting and actually really good. I made this start of this sky parkour, I want to say probably 3 years ago, but I think it still holds up today because I finished the last few levels about a couple months ago. So I did do this speedrun also a couple months ago. I just decided to go over it and post it on the good old YouTube now. I don't know why I decided to do it now and not when I did it, but I'm doing it now. Basically, this is just a showcase of the new Sky Parkour map I made, and I think it's pretty fun, so I decided to share it to you all, so I think we might as well start it. So this is a speedrun, so I won't go over everything, but yeah, as you can see, compared to that other Sky Parkour map I made an extremely long time ago, this is much more interesting. Here. Yeah, but this is much more interesting compared to the last Sky Parkour thing I made a while back, and I just want to, show it all. So yeah, we have the first two levels right there. The first level and the second level. Of this third level, we got skeletons shooting at you, and because it's a speedrun, I'm using a speedrun strat right there. I didn't execute it that well, but if you run on the very edge of Soul Sand, you actually won't get the effect of Soul Sand, and you'll actually just run normally, which was what I was trying to do. That's why I was like shifting over to the edge. That also works for slime blocks, so you got to make sure to hit the middle of the slime block. Level 5 is just a big jump. And yeah, this is Snaking Along, which was inspired by the other snake levels in my original Sky Parkour, and that snake level was inspired by another snake level made by another YouTuber or another map maker. So all credit to this idea goes to them. And here we have a ladder level. Now, there's a big shortcut on this level, and it is right there on this block. You can actually jump from that block, or I think it's the next platform, over onto the water platform, and you won't die from the fall. So that's actually a pretty epic shortcut that I found out and just left in there because I think it's really fun to do. And that's something I like to do for all things I create. If I find some shortcut or some random bug in the game, I usually like to keep it there just because, it adds character to the game or the map or whatever I'm making. This level seems like you're walking on nothing, but there are actually barrier blocks above these hologram blocks, and there's my first death. I do slash kill, so I do have commands in this speedrun, but it's only slash kill to get me to the thing faster, so I think it's fine. And yeah, I didn't, as I was saying for the ladder level, I didn't do the big shortcuts because I didn't want to be here all day, even though this is a speedrun. This is more of a speedrun showcase just to show what this whole map is and just show everything about it. And yeah, this is Gauntlet 1. So every 10th level is a gauntlet, which is the last 10 levels sort of combined. So we have the minecart jumps from level 2, which I've actually gotten really good at. If you look back at the original Sky Parkour video, I was really bad at minecart jumps, and they're actually not even that hard. I don't know why I was having so much trouble on them. Here we have the ladders from up and up and up, slime block from the slime level. And yeah, so this is the last level of the world. There are skeletons shooting at you here, but you can't really see it. And here we go on to World 2. Now, all that changes is the scenery between worlds. There isn't any gameplay changes. It's basically you're just going through an obstacle course. There's a little shortcut right there, skipping the slime block. And but yeah, so the first area was like a forest theme with islands surrounding you. This time it's a desert theme, and there are some desert themed parkour levels like this one where you just have to jump across a bunch of cactuses. And here we go, speed boost. This is one of my favorites. Um, when you step on green concrete, you actually get a speed boost, and there are a lot of power up blocks like that in the map. As you can see there, I just fell, but there are also little smoke particles that follow behind you, which I really like. And of course, to the right of that, there was like a little shortcut path, but it's actually quite difficult and didn't go for that here. This level, you use the jump blocks, which are blue concrete, and there's like an optimized way to get through that skeleton, do that like smiley face part. But I I didn't remember it, and I just kind of went through it willy nilly. Again, this isn't that optimized of a speedrun. I just kind of this is like my one. This is like my first attempt in a speedrun of this map. So yeah, and this level just combines the last two uh, levels and their superpowers and or they're like color blocks. And yeah, we will actually have time to discuss other things about this map because I actually failed here so many times. I don't know why I couldn't get this last jump here, but the blue block was just not activating. So I actually went ahead and changed it so that there are two blue blocks at the end after I finished the speedrun just because I was getting so annoyed. See, I stood on that that blue block for like a whole second right there and still didn't get the jump boost. But yeah, anyway, I can talk about something else about this map now that while I'm failing in this one. There are actually chests, secret chests hidden around this whole world. There are three chests hidden in the first area and three chests hidden in the second area, which is basically like the different zones. So there are three chests hidden where the scenery is like a forest. And by hidden, I mean they are like on the ladder level. If you turn around when you get to the block where you can do the shortcut on, there's actually a chest hidden behind the wall. And then there was also another chest hidden in the hologram level where you have to go off the beaten path and just jump on random invisible blocks to get on the nearby island, and then there will be a chest there. And here we go. I finally finished agility. But yeah, there are just secret chests hidden around. This level is just all about shifting, just to remind the player that shifting is nice and you can shift on ladders and bars to not fall off and whatnot. And pocket jumps, you just jump back to back. This one also has a secret chest on it. I doubt you'll be able to find it because you have to turn around once you finish this level. Right here, if you turn around and jump on the side of it, you will find another chest. And here's Triple Trouble, another snake level. Every world has a snake level, except the fourth one. I don't know why I didn't add one there, but I chose not to. And by world, I mean just like every 10 levels, right? So this is like the desert world. Last one was the forest world. And yeah, there's also a secret chest hidden on this level. So yeah, when I went into the F5 mode there, you could probably see a little snake platform where the chest is hidden upon. This level is Minefield, where it has red concrete that actually kills you when you step on it. So there are a bunch of different colors. Green gives you speed boost, blue gives you jump boost, and red just straight up kills you. And as you can see there, I used another thing similar to the Soul Sand, where if you walk on the very edge of the block, it actually doesn't activate the effect of the block. So I just went on the very edge of that red block, and I actually did not die. Just super overpowered, and yeah, I totally cheesed that in order to get by, because that level was actually still kind of difficult for me. And here we have Gauntlet 2. There's a big old pyramid in the center, and you're just parkouring across different little obstacles as you go around the pyramid. Obviously, this green part represents the speed level. This cactus part represents the cactus level, and honestly, I just really like the gauntlets. They're the hardest levels by far in these, just because of how long they are. And you have to take all your skills to the test, and I just like them a lot. Go through a little ring there. And here we go to World 3, difficulty curve. So yeah, this is jungle themed, this world. Up ahead, you can probably see the other two themes. Yeah, this difficulty curve just gives you more ladder parkour, and this level is actually quite difficult for me still, which is why I called it that. There's balancing act. The scenery in this level I think is really cool. You're just jumping across fences, kind of similar to the iron bar parkour, but it's a little tougher overall. And here we have Slime-tastic, where you're using the green blocks, blue blocks, and slime blocks all to get through this part, as well as red blocks you have to jump through. Overall, not too much interesting happening in World 3. You're kind of just reviewing some of the things you've done so far. But here's Fast Feet. This level has orange concrete that actually hurts you, and if you step on it for too long, it will kill you. Every time you step and land on a block, it'll do 2 hearts or 3 hearts. I think it does 2.5 hearts of damage. And as you can see, I just barely made it past there. Snail Speed is just a long level with these yellow blocks that slow you down. And obviously, if you step on the very edge, you don't get the effect. So I used that to my advantage to make this big 4-block jump near the end to skip over that long little stretch over there. And yeah, and you can probably tell, but when you stand on a gold block, it sets your spawn, and it also recovers your HP if you took any damage previously. This is a Neo. I don't know why I failed it twice. I'm not that bad at Neos, I swear. But I did get it the third time. This level I like a lot. Press a button, blocks open up, and then you can go on the blocks. It's pretty neat. I like it. And yeah, I always like the concept of just hitting a button and jumping on blocks. I have had that in a lot of other parkour maps, except for the one that I showcased earlier on this channel. This one's called Exploration. You basically just have to find the path on a bunch of different islands. It's not super parkour themed, but I thought it's a really cool, refreshing level just from jumping on blocks. You just explore one of these islands that you usually find off on the distance and off in a way that you usually can't get to. And of course, there is a chest hidden on this island. Now, you might wonder what these chests are for. Why am I talking about them? Well, they actually have levers in them, which are called keys. And basically, when you reach the end of the parkour, if you have all 15 keys, I believe, are hidden. Yeah, 15 keys. Then you will be able to use those to unlock secret levels. Okay, back to it. Sorry, had to go for a second. Yeah, this level's options. You just choose 3 different paths, and that's it. So I haven't made the secret levels yet. Like the bonus levels you unlock with the levers. My God, I haven't made those secret levels yet, but I will get to it eventually, and then and then this map will be complete. But right now, it's just the basic 50 levels because there are 50 levels in this map currently. Here is Gauntlet 3. This one is pretty tough. I did fail a couple times, and I do actually fail at the end quite a few times as well because I was trying to do a sneaky little thing near the end. I believe there is a chest hidden on this level. I'm not sure exactly where, though. I think I do actually go for it, actually, if I'm thinking of the right level, because it's Gauntlet 3, yeah. Anyway, you got the piston jumps, and you have a combination of the slow blocks and the damage blocks, so it's actually really tough unless you know this little trick. And I don't just run along it willy-nilly. I actually just shift and walk all the way to the other side because I'm trying to be cautious, and I've never really speed ran before, so sped ran, I don't know. But yeah. Here we go. So usually you jump down onto that platform and you do a Neo to get by, but because I was not confident in doing the Neo before, I tried to jump onto the Ring of Leaves because I didn't think I was because obviously I failed the Neo in level, what was it, 26, twice in a row, and I didn't want to fail it there, so I was just like, you know what, I'm going to go on to I'm going to do the Leaves path, where you jump onto the ring and then straight up jump over the Neo entirely, but I ended up failing the leaf jump. I think I do go for it again here and miss it, and then I just throw my hands down and just do it the normal way afterward. There is a chest hidden on the leaves up here, so I guess you do get some insight on where some of the chests are hidden. I got caught on the vine there, and at this point I was just like raging. I was like, I failed trying to jump over the Neo twice. I got stuck on the vine. I've already spent so long on this level, but I kept going. I kept pulling through. This level is, I think, this level probably took me the third longest of all the levels. Just because the gauntlet levels are so long, and they do get harder later, but I've practiced these levels just because I've played through them so many times to the point where I've gotten really good at them, and I only really fail at the long ones now. So I just say, you know what, I'm going to do the Neo, and I do it successfully. It was very nice. And I was very happy there. I just went to F5 and celebrated for a second. Here's Mountainside. This is the fourth world. It is snow-themed or mountain-themed. And yeah, the first level is really tough. I had my friends and my family test out this level in a realm I made, or test out the server overall in a realm I made. And when they got to this part, they were already mad at all the other stuff I put them through. This is actually kind of a tough parkour course. I didn't think it was until I had some of my family play it, my friends play it. It's actually quite difficult for them. But yeah, this level right here was really hard for them, and it was hard for me. So I did nerf it before this speed run, just because it's actually ridiculous. There's my phone notification going off. But yeah, 50 levels I said, gauntlet at the end of each level, snake level in each world, you could say. I finally beat Mountainside. And yeah, 10 bonus levels, which would be unlocked with the chests and the levers in them, but I haven't quite made those yet. The bonus levels, the chests are hidden everywhere though. This level's cool where you have to jump and hit your head against the thing a bunch of times, and you get enough speed to clear the jump, which is like a 6 block jump, I think. This is hypothermia. Purple blocks actually give you the nausea effect, which it's like going into another portal where your whole screen is like shaking and wobbling all over the place. I did make a path that you don't actually have to go on the purple blocks, but it takes you a lot longer to go this path. But I decided to take the long path because I actually do get kind of motion sick after I play that level too much, and I didn't want to have to put myself through that. And yeah, that path is also mostly for just to make it so people aren't don't get motion sick playing this map. Um, but I balanced it out by making it much longer. So if you're ever speedrunning, you probably do want to go the purple path. Here's cliffside. You're just jumping on walls. Nothing much new. But this is one of my favorite levels, Twisted Snakes. So I combined the idea of these colored blocks and their abilities and combined it with the snake idea. So all the different snakes have all these different abilities, and you just gotta find your way through these snake levels, which I absolutely love this level. Because I love snake levels because you kind of have to find your way through the snake, and it's really creative making them. I use the edge of the block glitch there. Magenta concrete, or not, I think that's pink concrete, heals you to fall, if you didn't know. So that's just what the pink snake does. Nothing much interesting. Pocket jumps again. Here I was kind of running out of ideas, even though there are a ton of other parkour, themed things I could have done. But I just decided to redo pocket jumps again. Yeah, but this time the pocket jumps are really tight, and then they get wider and wider as you go along. It's actually quite a difficult level. I think the fourth world might be harder overall than the fifth world, but I definitely might take those words back when I see, when I see the levels for the fifth world, because I don't know the levels for the fifth world as well as the other levels, simply because I haven't played on them as much um, as the other levels. But yeah, I fail again and again on this pocket jumps level. Gonna grab a drink real quick. Oh, there I failed the ladder again. This is similar to the Ninja Warrior level in my original Sky Parkour. We gotta go from ladder to ladder, but these ladder jumps are far apart, and it's really hard to try to get a jump from one ladder to another just because of how thin it is. And you really gotta time it correctly, and hitting your shoulder against the blocks it's just really tough. Um, and what I also do on the top of the ladders, you'll see me jump a few times. Like right there, I just jumped and then I hit the sprint key and then I jumped again because um the second jump you make, I think actually makes you go a longer distance. Never mind. I don't know if that's entirely true. I've just gotten the habit of doing this, where you just jump and jump and jump, and once you land, you press sprint and jump at the same time, and then you can do a jump. You can do like a 4 block long jump from a standstill. And I just keep failing again and again. This level actually did take me longer than Gauntlet 3, maybe. Third Gauntlet in the third world. I think I do complete it on this attempt, or it might be the next one. Here we go. It's a big jump. Here we go. Come on. Really trying to get it now. There we go. Nice. I finally did it. Pick your poison's way easier than the last one. It's just a obstacle course with either ice or walls. I chose to go ice because I think parkouring on ice is way easier than parkouring on these thin walls that are kind of awkward. And I do this one first try. Very nice. Here we go to water columns. Oh, and there I failed. A lot of these levels from now on, I don't usually complete on the first attempt, but I was committed to beating this all in one sitting because I think before this, I haven't completed all 50 levels in one sitting, so I decided to do that one day, and now I'm finally doing a voiceover of these levels. Back, had to go for a second to do something. But yeah, this is water columns. You swim up these just random floating water columns and land on blocks below. Um, I also managed to get these floating water blocks. It's actually incredibly difficult to just get water blocks floating like this, but I had to watch a tutorial and then do like a thing for all of them and eventually got it. Um, but yeah, it's nice that these levels actually take me a few attempts because I can actually talk about the map now instead of just, scrambling my words together in the first few levels. But the speedrun after all, so yeah. There's some random red blocks here. I don't know why those are there, honestly. Probably just to add a bit of color. Here's Snow Labyrinth. So Powdered Snow was released, and I was super hyped about it that I made a whole parkour level out of it because this was right when Powdered Snow was released and the like the goat update, the Caves and Cliffs update. Yeah, first part of it. Sit there waiting for the cold to go away so I can make this jump. Now you can actually jump on top of the Snow Labyrinth, and there's glass there, so you can get a nice view of the snow, and you are able to find your way on top, and then you go down back into the maze and do the thing. I don't honestly like Snow Labyrinth that much. Probably my least favorite level, just because I don't like mazes, and the fact that I put a maze in there just because Powdered Snow was released and I was really excited to use it. I don't really like that much, but I think it looks pretty cool aesthetically. So yeah, this is Gauntlet 4. This is probably the second hardest level in the entire map, simply because of the length of it and just because it's just really tough. In here, you go inside the mountain that you were just climbing around, and you got to do some jumps with powdered snow in the way. Originally, this was also a maze, but I just completely scrapped that idea because I didn't want to put just a completely invisible maze where you're just in powdered snow, just kind of trying to find your way in two levels in a row. So the snow labyrinth is the only maze in this whole parkour, and I failed there, which is so annoying. I just went to F5, zoomed in, and just thought, what did I do to get here? I was just so annoyed there. Because yeah, the beginning of this level where you're jumping on these walls is really hard, and I was so excited that I got that first time and made it into the cave. Because the part in the mountain is the easy part. This is really the hard part, and as you can see, I'm failing the hard part over and over again. If only I got it that first time. I was literally saying that out loud. As I was doing this, I was just saying, oh, if only I did it the first time. Got into the mountain. But yeah, this is just me failing on these walls over and over again. I think I might get it here. Nope. Hit my shoulder on the wall there. There is a chest hidden in this gauntlet level. Um, but there isn't a chest hidden on every gauntlet level, but there are chests hidden on the final three gauntlet levels. So in the jungle world, in the snow world, and then in the next world, there are chests hidden in those levels. Um, yeah, so you might be able to spot it, honestly, if I ever look in the right direction, but uh yeah, just you can scout out as you're watching. Oh, I think I just caught a glimpse of it there. Yeah. And here I do complete this part in the cave. Uh just like this. Or in the mountain, I should say. And then you walk out, get a few cobble jumps in, and you're done. And we move on to World 5. This is really tough. This world overall, I think I did spend I think this world might be equally as hard as the snow world, but that's debatable because once I look through the levels again, I might think, oh yeah, that was actually really hard. This is definitely harder. But I don't know yet. This level uses the orange blocks in a unique way where you're like going through this crazy dungeon. I do a shortcut there onto the block. Usually you just go right back onto the orange up above, but yeah, this little shortcut right there. Sit here, cover my health for a bit. And yeah, I just like this level aesthetically overall. It's pretty neat. And here we got a combination between orange and red blocks, and I just used the cheat to get by there. Very nice. Avoid the water for speed, because this is a speed run. Beware the blazes. This is level 43. This is a really tough level, just because you're jumping across magma blocks, which, first of all, um, make it hard to sort of predict where you're going because your screen's shaking all over the place. Also, if you jump while you take damage on a magma block, it like eats your jump and you don't actually take the jump. And then you got blazes shooting at you, and then a whole like just red blocks scattered everywhere. This level, I probably went a bit too far for the difficulty on this one, but I could also say that for a lot of other levels here. Yeah, I do use the cheat to get by those red blocks. And here I do as well. And I actually did not get hit, surprisingly. It's very easy to get hit here because each blaze shoots three things. And I noticed the fire actually gets by the barrier blocks surrounding this level and hits the snake there. And I have fire tick off, but I didn't want to forget about the fire, so I will actually go in creative mode I think right here and just fix it really quick and then just go right back. As you can see, I was like looking at it, deciding should I go in game mode and get rid of that, or just stay in survival? And I decided to go in creative. Okay, several snakes of assorted sizes. Level 44. It's one of my favorites. This one, you're jumping across a bunch of different snakes. You got a normal snake, a glass snake, and a big snake. And it's not as unique as twisted snakes, but what I like about this level is that there are like three different paths you can take. And yeah, multiple branching paths you can take. Like you can jump onto the green snake down below at that part, and then go onto like the glass snake and back up to the big snake from there. Or you can take the path I'm taking, which actually takes the longest, even though this is a speed run. But I would say it's probably the easiest of the paths. Um, yeah, there is a path that goes by really fast, but it's really tough. And here I just keep failing this first jump over and over again. It's a tough first jump just because you have to jump out of a block while you have a block above you, and it's an annoying jump. I think I'll get on this attempt. Yeah. Again, I just really like snake levels. The whole aesthetic is really cool, and finding ways to just make the snakes in these like ways is just like just really gets the creative juices flowing, you know. And I finally do it there. So into the fray. This one you kind of have to use a little exploit where if you jump and get hit at the same time, it either eats your jump or you can actually jump up 1.5 blocks. So I use that little exploit there to jump up onto the wall, and that's how you get through this part. And then I have to wait for the fire to go out to do this part easily. And this part's really annoying just because there's fire in your face, you can't see. But I think I managed to do it first try. Yes, this level's not that bad. You just kind of have to learn it a bit. I'll wait for the fire to die out here just to make sure I don't fail this last jump. And there we go. Piston panic. I like this one a lot. This is just another piston level, but you have to go really fast. I barely made. I'm actually gonna go back here. Pause. I barely made this path here because there was a block that actually gets in your way right there that I just managed to jump by, and it pushes you off like 90% of the time. So I was very happy I managed to dodge that. And yeah, this is just piston level, but it's way harder than the other piston level. Just because it goes by really fast, and you gotta be really fast. This is the second exploration level. There are only two in the game, but I plan to make a third one when I do the bonus levels. Um, yeah, there are a ton of different ways to do this one. In the original exploration, there's only one way to do it. You have to find your way. But in this one, there are like 5 different ways you can get by this area. There's like a little tower over there to the right that you can see where you can climb up and then get on this platform from there. I just took the path in the Crimson area, and then you end up in this warped forest where you have to go through here. And yeah, this level is very long also. Climb up the ladder, get on the tree, and end it right here. There is a much faster way of doing that part, but again, it's really hard, and I'm just taking the safe ways to do these. All right, 3 in a row. Oh boy, okay. This is 3 Neos in a row. Each one gets harder and harder. So you have your basic Neo, then you have a Neo where you have to jump onto some slabs, and then you have a Neo where it's like a block away. So it used to be a lot harder, but I made it easier before recording. And that was Deserved Break. It's just literally the freest level in the whole game. There's also a chest hidden there. Deserved Break, if you can find it. All right, I'm going to pause here because just take a gander at the time. There's still 6 minutes, well, 7 minutes left in the recording, and I am just on this level for all of the 7 minutes. This level, I just turned the difficulty up all the way to 11, not even 11, turned it up to 12, and I just kept messing up over and over. This level is incredibly difficult. Is the thing gonna go away? There it goes. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you guys can just watch me fail this over and over again, but I'm probably gonna skip over most of the failed attempts until I get to the winning attempt because just 7 minutes of just constant failing on this one level. It's really hard. It's by far the hardest level in the whole series, but I do also really like it because I am thinking of nerfing it later just to make it consistent with the other levels, not just have this crazy hard level right at the end. But yeah, it's also one of my favorite levels aesthetically because you can see that giant dragon skull on the netherite thing on the netherrack island there. This is actually an original creation. Everything here is an original creation. I didn't steal any designs from anybody, or I might have, but I don't remember. I'm pretty sure that temple on Gauntlet 2 actually might be taken from somewhere else, or it was at least inspired by. a temple design that is very similar. But yeah, you can just see me failing over and over again. So I'm actually going to skip to the end and get a look at the winning attempt here. Yes. All right. I think this is the winning attempt. Yeah, we have a minute left in the video. So yeah, what I do right there is I jump and then I try to stay in the fire at the least amount of time as possible. Because if you just straight up run through the fire there at the very start, you will get lit on fire, and then you'll have to wait for it to get put out. Here, I hide behind this little wall, wait for the blazes to shoot, and then I wait for them to become idle and not on fire anymore. Because when they're on fire, that means they're about to shoot. So I wait for them to become idle, and then I go when they aren't looking. You could see a fireball just barely scrape by there. But I managed to get past that part, and I was so excited here. I was like, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up. Gotta jump on a tree, and then you have to do one last Neo for the road. See if I do it here. Oh, easy dillers. Not even a question. And that is it. End on the white platform, and that's time. Might put a timer on the top of this video, but it will not be accurate because I skipped over the ending part, so you don't have to suffer watching me do that over and over again. And there were a few parts where I had to go for a second because I got like a phone call or another thing. Yeah, that's Sky Parkour. If I knew how to post things to like a map thing where you could download this map and play it for yourself, I would. I just don't know how to. And not right now because I haven't made the 15 bonus levels yet. And I also want to nerf and buff a few parts maybe, just to make the map more consistent and more fun overall for players, if players ever, play on this. But yeah, this isn't a traditional video. I'm just voicing over a fun little parkour map I made about all the different things, all the different levels. And honestly, I like this map a lot. It's like 3 years in the making, but like I get sudden bursts of motivation to work on things, and I only really work on this map when I feel like playing Minecraft a lot, or I just feel like building something, and then I work on this map a little bit and then leave. Geez, that voice crack. I just kind of worked on it whenever I wanted, and I didn't just didn't just build this all in one sitting. I still don't have the 15 bonus levels completed, just because I haven't really been feeling motivated to work on this map. I don't really know what else to say. Subscribe, I guess, and hit the like button and the bell. Have a good one.